Hi, hi. Welcome to Booze and BL. I'm Audrey, your hostess with the mostest, and I am so very happy that you made it to my tiny little corner of YouTube today because I'm back, y'all. How's that for a relaunch? No fanfare, no nothing, doing it Beyonce style without the Beyonce fan base, but that's okay because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm a little tipsy right now. Yes, indeedy. I'm a little tipsy. You can call me Tina Turnt Up, which is great because I'm going to be talking about Cherry Magic Episode 2 with a little something I'm calling slightly sober recaps. But before we get into episode 2 of Cherry Magic, I have to talk a little bit about what I'm drinking. What I'm drinking. Uh, and y'all, I found the perfect drink to go with Cherry Magic. Are you ready? Are you ready? You want to find out? You're going to gag because I gagged. You ready? You ready? You ready? Here we go. Now, is that not the perfect, the most perfect drink to drink with Cherry Magic, right? And Audrey, are you pretending that you're drinking the essence of Kurosawa as you sipping this? Mind your business, okay? Mind your business. MYOB. Thank you very much. So let's get started with episode 2 of Cherry Magic. Now, if you want to know what happened to episode 1, luckily there's a video. Matter of fact, the last video I ever made on my channel is episode 1 of Cherry Magic. So go check that out. And when you're ready, come back and visit me here. Oh, wait. You back? Good. Great. So now, episode 2 of Cherry Magic. Ooh, this is going to be fun, y'all. This is going to be an experience. All right, so episode 1 ended with Adachi and Kurosawa staying late at the office. And because of this, Adachi misses the last train to get back to his home. So Kurosawa says, hey, I live nearby. It's a short cab ride away. Come stay with me. Now, everything that Adachi knows about Kurosawa, red flags, just red flags. He's like, no, no, no. I cannot stay with you, dude. You want to jump my bones. And I'm aware of that. And I can't let you know that I'm aware of it because, hello, I read minds. But he kind of doesn't have a choice. So we're outside of Kurosawa's apartment. Kurosawa's being really cute and charming. He's like, oh, the house is a mess. Oh, I didn't expect company. So, he's all fiddling with the keys, kind of nervous. He's adorable. Meanwhile, poor Adachi is going through a full blown meltdown. Okay, because he is like, this man, he done heard the opera. He knows. Okay, and he knows that he knows. uh, he's like, what's gonna happen if I spend the night at Kurosawa's house? I mean, this man is madly in love with me, you know, and I mean, what am I gonna do with all this sexiness? What if he can't take it? And he goes, you know what? No, that's disrespectful to Kurosawa to assume, because you know what happens when you assume, right? You make an out of you, or he and he in his case. But I digress. So he goes, you know what, dude, good looking out. Thank you for letting me crash at your place, homie. And Kurosawa's is smiling brightly and he welcomes him inside. Now, once he's inside and seated on the couch, Adachi has the most low expectations having meltdown over this man's apartment. He's like, oh my God, he got money. He got a plant, and there's lights. Lights, ladies and gentlemen, lights. He goes, what is this lavishness? Oh, this apartment just called me poor. But as he's looking around, he actually noticed something that actually doesn't look perfect. Some comic books, some empty beer cans, and some empty chip cans. And Kurosawa goes, oops, my bad. I kind of, went crazy last night. And Adachi's like, what, sir? I do the same thing. I mean, we get those limited edition chips. You got to get at least 2 bags. And that comic book is my jam. And they bond over the fact that they love the same comic. And Adachi's like, wow, look at that. I actually have something in common with this really popular ass man. Now, speaking of sexy, expensive apartments, Kurosawa's bathtub makes an announcement like, hey, y'all, the tub full, which is fancy. And Adachi is like, oh, okay. And Kurosawa goes, why don't you take the first bath? By the way, here's some pajamas, I just happen to have lying around. These luxurious black silk or satin. I can't tell the difference on camera, but they were fancy. All right, they were lavish and luxurious. And he's like, wow. Adachi's like, damn, man, this is better than a hotel experience. What is it, Airbnb? And he goes to grab it, and as he grabs it, he hears Kurosawa's mind. And Kurosawa's like, oh my God, I bought these pajamas because I knew they would look so good on Adachi. And now God has shined his favor down upon me so that I may feast my eyes upon the lusciousness that is Adachi in these sexy Morris Day ass pajamas. So, of course, Adachi wants to burn the pajamas with fire. But he goes and takes a shower, bath, and he comes back out, and Adachi's like, hey, so good looking out with those pajamas, homie. And Kurosawa turns around and takes one look at Adachi in those pajamas, and it's like, dun 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 dun. He shut down, basically. I wish we could have read his mind then, but I think it would have probably been too graphic for Japanese television. So perhaps it was a good thing that we didn't know that. But Kurosawa goes, well, here's the palette. Knock yourself out, homie. I'm going to go take a shower. Deuces. La 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 la. And Adachi's like, okay. What are we going to do when Kurosawa comes back? I mean, because, I'm not ready to go to bed yet. He may not be ready to go to bed. What are we going to do? So, Adachi employs what I like to call the punk move by pretending that he's asleep. So Kurosawa comes back in the bathroom. He's like, oh, you're asleep? And Adachi's like, honk, honk, shoe, honk, shoe, honk, shoe. Fake snoring, try to pretend like he's asleep. So Adachi, goes in his mind. He goes, dude, I'm sorry, my bad, but I don't want to talk to you right now. You scare me. So Kurosawa does this really sweet thing. He goes, oh, good night. See you in the morning. Whispers. And Adachi's like, oh, thank God. But all of a sudden, Kurosawa starts to creep over to Adachi. And Adachi's like, what happened? What's he gonna do? Oh my God, my virginity. Oh, my chastity. Oh. But Kurosawa was just reaching for his phone. And Adachi, with the relief, is like, oh. He does the cutest little cringe shimmy that is so charming. He goes, why do you, why is my heart beating so fast? And it cracks me up. So he goes to sleep. You know, uh, he tries to go to sleep, and meanwhile, Kurosawa is in his bedroom going, "It should be against the law to have such an angelic sleeping face. If it's like this, how am I going to go to sleep?" Now, here's the funny part: the two of these big ass men are walking around the room, and I'm sure that they made noise, but one never notices that the other person is walking around and up. Meanwhile, Adachi's in the living room walking around and up. Kurosawa's in his bedroom walking around and up. And eventually they both fall asleep. So in the morning, Adachi wakes up and he looks adorable. Bedhead, he's all sleepy, like, you know. And he goes, "It smells good in here." And he sits up and he sees Kurosawa, who's busy at work in the kitchen with his suit on. He's already dressed for work. You know, he already snazzy. And he like la 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 in the kitchen, like ting. And Adachi goes, "Man, he's even cool in the morning." So they go set off about breakfast. And let me tell you, Kurosawa puts out a spread. It is the fanciest Japanese breakfast. And Adachi takes one bite and gives his patented because it's good. And Kurosawa is so happy and relieved. And, Adachi mentions, gosh, I never have a fancy breakfast like this. I usually settle all my meals at the convenience store. To which Mr. Kurosawa goes, "Well, let me tell you something, Adachi. Why don't you come on over every morning and have breakfast with me?" Which gets a patented spit take from Adachi. And he's like, "Oh, no, 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 I couldn't do that. I would feel so bad for taking advantage of you." And Kurosawa goes, "Adachi, I was just playing." "Yeah, okay." But so anyway, they get ready for work. He puts his clothes on. Dashi gets dressed, and he's like, "How am I going to handle this?" It's like this man. I know this man likes me. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I have no one to talk about this because wait a minute, I'm gonna go talk to my homie Shige because he's a writer and he writes all these romance books. He knows a little bit about love and the affairs of the heart. So he goes to talk to his homie. And of course, in talking to his homie, we get a picture of the cutest kitty in Japanese BLs, Udon, Queen Udon, who is just so precious. That Punum is just want to cuddle that cat. And so Adachi meets up with Shige at a bar and he tells him everything. And Shige gives the most real reaction to a friend saying, "So, I turned 30 and because I'm a virgin, I have been blessed with the ability to read minds. And with that knowledge, I found out this dude at my office is totally wants to bone me." So Shige goes, "Dude, is work that hard? Do you need, do you need to recommend a counselor I can take you? I'll come with you." Which is, real. Understandable. I mean, it's a mood. But, Adachi goes, "Dude, I'm not pretending. This is really happening to me. I don't know what to do." And so Shige goes, "Hey, dude, if it's, it could be all in your mind, so it'd be better not to articulate and tell anybody else." So Adachi goes, "Oh, I guess that's advice." So in their handing, Shige and Adachi touch, and Adachi learns that Shige is also a virgin. So what the hell is he giving him advice for? Hilarity ensues. So back at the office, Remember, the reason why Adachi had to stay late and Kurosawa ended up helping him is because that D-bag senpai that works with him pushed all his work onto him. Now, instead of saying, you know what, Adachi, I appreciate you staying late last night to do my work for me, what does this man do? Go, oh, hey, that work you turned in for me? It wasn't crap. Who helped you? Which is really, excuse me, not you. You didn't help. Anyway. So Adachi goes, yeah, Kurosawa actually helped me out quite a bit. So this guy goes and calls Kurosawa, and hey, I got rave reviews from the boss over this. Oh, thank you so much, Adachi. You better take Kurosawa out to dinner or something. Which is like, dude, don't be speaking. Matter of fact, you should be taking both of us out to dinner. How about that? Anyway, so he goes back and he's like, I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. How am I going to work at this office with this man, see him every day, and know that he has feelings? And more importantly, what do I do with these feelings? I mean, I've never dated anybody. I don't know if I like guys. I don't know if I like girls. I mean, I haven't really talked to either, so what, romantically at least. So what do I do? What do I do with all this newfound knowledge and information? The douchebag senpai gives Adachi more work. Again, no gratitude, more work, which results in Adachi having to stay late yet again. And Kurosawa overhearing the senpai say, hey, can you take care of this file for me? He waits until the office is cleared out a bit, and once again he goes over to Adachi, and this time he has basically a stack of files that might be essential to the work that Adachi is doing. He goes, this might help you, speed things along, and you provide a more in-depth report to your douchebag senpai. So he hands a manila envelope to Adachi, and of course, Adachi fumbles. Because, he's Adachi, and that's what Adachi does. He fumbles. So, Kurosawa goes, no big deal. I got you, boo. Don't worry about it. And he basically says, here, hold the file open while I put the files in right order. So while he's doing that, their fingers are touching. And Adachi is basically listening to Kurosawa say the most earnest and sweet and just heart-wrenchingly beautiful, lovely, romantic thing. He's like, Adachi wouldn't want more than this. This is enough for me. I get to see him every day. I get to see the man that I love every day. And not only that, because, we started talking a little bit, I can be a helpful coworker to him. And you know what? That's enough for me. Which, of course, it isn't. He wants more. But he's lying to himself and in order to do the right thing. And now Adachi is feeling like, I'm an awful person. I have been taking advantage of this man's feelings for me. And I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do about this, because ignoring it is not the move. So Kurosawa, writes everything in the folder and says, here you go, homie. Here, you can go ahead and, take that. That should help you with the work that you're going to be doing. And, have a good night, homie. And he takes off. And as he leaves, he gives this big sigh. He's in the elevator, in the hallway. He goes, which is like, Kurosawa. So Adachi goes, you know what? I can't ignore the fact that this man has been nothing but kind to me, nothing but earnest. Again, earnest is like the only word I can think of right now, maybe because I'm drunk, but earnest, and he's really, really genuine. And he goes, I can't ignore that. So at least I should do something. So he goes running after Kurosawa, and the elevator doors are just about to close. And Adachi puts his hand in. He goes, "Wait, Kurosawa, do you want to go have dinner sometime?" And usually with Cherry Magic, we get Adachi going, "Eh?" But honey, you could have knocked Kurosawa over with a feather because my man went, "Eh?" And that's the end of episode 2 of Cherry Magic, as far as I can remember. Um, I might have, edited some stuff out, but, give me a little bit of grace here. I'm drunk. So, the next time we have a slightly sober recap, I will be talking about my favorite episode of Cherry Magic. Which episode that is, I'm not quite sure yet because there are 2 episodes of Cherry Magic that I consider my favorite. I just have to figure out which one I want to talk about more. Once I've done that, I would like to do a slightly sober recap of your favorite episode of Cherry Magic. So be sure to leave a comment down below telling me if the episode is your favorite. The episode that gets the most votes will get a slightly sober recap treatment. Yeah. Thank you so very much for taking the time out to watch this video. When it comes to my tiny little corner of YouTube, you lot are the VIPs. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you want to see more from my channel. Be sure to subscribe and ring the alarm. Ding a ding a ding a ding dong dong dong. To let me know that you are excited for what's going to come next. And once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for visiting Booze and BL today. It's so good to be back. And as always, cheers, my dears. Bye. Cheers, my dears. Cheers, my dears. Cheers, my dears. Cheers, my dears. Cheers, my dears.